have the classic McIntosh MC-275 stereo tube amplifier producing 75 watts times 2 channels. This particular example is a Mark IV, identified primarily by the use of a stainless steel chassis, which is a huge improvement over the previous generation that would tend to rust and pit if left in a moist environment. So this is a highly polished stainless steel chassis. The other identifying feature of a Mark IV is the chimney tubes used for cooling. You can see that there is a plastic insert around the socket that has some slots cut into it that gives some convection cooling to the tube, which is highly needed on this specific model that had a bit of an increase of power over the previous generation. Also features classic screw-down terminal speaker posts and balanced and single-ended inputs, as well as gain controls. This was the last generation to have gain controls on the chassis itself. A couple of other features. It does have a power switch, which a lot of the earlier classic ones did not, which was handy back in the 60s and 70s when you would power your amplifier from the preamp electrical socket. But since those ended up going away, McIntosh introduced a power switch on their amplifiers. Here's a switch for selecting between balanced and single-ended, and a mode switch to select between stereo and mono operation. It's a really nice upgrade path to double up on these at some point if you require more power at 150 watts by flipping the switch and reorganizing the connections for the speakers. I'll do a spin here so you can see the condition. This is serial number VN2123. The chassis is in fairly nice shape. The stainless steel does not have any scratches or anything notable on it. There are a few slight scuffs on the transformers, but again, nothing very visible. And the chassis itself the painted chassis is in good shape. This was tested fully in our bench, and it produced every single watt that we were expecting from it with very little noise. That was another improvement over the previous generation with this vintage around 2006, and the advent of super high resolution audio. McIntosh ended up reducing the noise floor on this particular model to kind of keep up with the trends in high-res music. It comes with a tube cage, which is also in perfect shape. I will not attempt to put it on, but it just clips in with these retaining posts here, so it does not use screws like the later model. Another note on condition: the chassis itself, the writing for all the tubes is in place, but it looks like the writing for the speaker terminals and the inputs has worn away. This was a bummer, and on Mark IV they did not use laser etching. They used stencils, and they seem to have kind of peeled away from cleaning. Not a big deal. I'm sure it's pretty easy to remember: left, right, left, right, left, right, and common 4, 8, and 16 ohm taps. So you could always refer to the manual if you forget what the designation for each input is. So here it is, MC-275 version 4. Thanks for watching.